Hello, is this Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah, speaking. How are you?
I am great. This is Dustin Wilmus from KMSU Radio. How you doing today?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I am excellent. It's great to have you on the phone.
Thank you.
Well, if we have time here to ask you some questions, we'll get started.
Sure.
Well, first of all, I'll introduce you to my co-host, Ton.
Hey there, how you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm great. I'm glad we got you here.
Good. I hope it's not too cold back there.
It's all right. It's raining today.
Better than snow and ice. Huh?
Yeah, better than snow.
Well, first of all, we know you're going to be at the Wizard World Comic-Con in Minneapolis. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Is this your first time coming to something like that in Minnesota?
Well, it's a great comic convention because it's a great show where fans can connect with the celebrities. It's a great pop culture. They have comic book artists. They have Q's and A's. They have, great for kids, too, because they have different books you can buy. Especially sci-fi fiction. They have different kind of, screening, and they have a lot of different booths. They sell a lot of stuff. It's a fun show to be with, and it's great for the public to connect with their favorite celebrities. And then also, there's so many things you can buy at the show. Yeah,
definitely. A lot of people are going to be there, and we're excited to hopefully run into you while we're there.
Well, I'll be there. I'll have my pictures, my cameras, my posters, and people bring memorabilia up for me to sign. Take pictures with the fans. That's the beauty about it, because they have a great photo op booth, and you can take pictures with these celebrities, and they just line up, and it's just great because, as a kid, I didn't have anything like this. I would give anything to go to a show and just shake a celebrity's hand or just take a photo. I think it's very exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned, bringing some stuff in to sign, and obviously a lot of your stuff from your bodybuilding days, I'm sure, will show up. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about, what prompted you to get into the bodybuilding?
Well, when I was very young, I had a couple obstacles to overcome because I had the hearing problem, the speech problem. I was very insecure and I was very introverted, so I was fascinated with power. I used to read a lot of Hulk and Superman comics, and that led into me getting involved in fitness and bodybuilding because I wanted to build a great physique and get admiration and respect for people, and that led on with me getting into show business. And then it's been my passion for the last 50 years.
Well, we know in your early years you were training and even living with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can you kind of tell us a bit about those early days and your memories of that?
Well, that's probably one of the greatest competitions in the history of bodybuilding because that's when Pumping Iron, with the docudrama, was born. And we brought bodybuilding to the mainstream, and still the two of us, because back then bodybuilding was like a shallow sport, so it was a great competition because we were the two biggest in the sport. And we competed in South Africa. It was a lot of fun because back then the public didn't even understand what bodybuilding was. So I'm glad I had to change that because I made the change into television with Incredible Hulk because people couldn't believe that muscle was real, to see the muscle. So all that changed history, and you fast forward 50 years later, look what we have now.
Yeah, the business has completely changed. What are your thoughts then on what bodybuilding is like now today?
Well, bodybuilding is tough today. What I'm excited about, has a lot to do with fitness because I'm promoting my first big competition in November in Santa Barbara. I want to have men's fitness, bodybuilding, figure. It's like the honor of the West Coast because bodybuilding is a hardcore sport, but now we have to call the bikini, the women's fitness, the men's fitness, and everybody, men, kids, children, all into fitness, and I think it's just crazy that's taken over. It's incredible.
Now, you mentioned Pumping Iron being a docudrama rather than a documentary. Can you talk to us a bit about, for people who have seen it, and even what I've read, it seemed, there was sort of that, they set it up between you and Arnie and sort of some intimidation going on. How real was that? And even in the actual business with that intimidation factor, and does that still happen today?
Well, it wasn't really intimidation. It had to do with a lot of tension because when you're competing, only one person wins the competition. You train a whole year for the competition. I didn't have much time because I was training for the ABC Superstars at the same time. But I wanted to compete because I know they were making the movie, and I felt that, I wanted to be on stage with the best. And you can feel the tension when you watch it and you pump up, and you have to be in the best shape just for one night of the year. And it was very exciting. I had so much fun because, it's like your body's talking to each other. It's interesting, like the gladiator battle in the cage without swords. It's the same thing.
Well, and then obviously, as you mentioned, you went on and got into acting and landed the role of the Incredible Hulk. I'm sure that's where a lot of people know you from. What were some of your memories of, filming that series?
Well, I did it for 5 years. It was a lot of fun because I've had other famous movie stars over the years to be in my show and also visit me because one time on the set, by surprise, Cary Grant came to see me on the set with his nephew to take pictures, and I was very tickled by that, the famous movie star Cary Grant. And every country in the world embraces the Hulk. It's amazing. I mean, South America, Africa, Egypt, until today it's the same. And I've done over 40 films, and it's amazing that, you know, even though I lend my voice for the Avengers, people still, every generation, they just still embrace the Hulk.
Yeah, especially nowadays, it seems those comic book films are, you know, huge all over the place.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, I remember I had to watch the original Superman series. Little did I realize, like today, I mean, you got all the Marvel superheroes like Captain America, made over $200 million in the box office last weekend, and the Avengers over $1 billion. I mean, superheroes rule because it's all about power, and that we all feel connected with those superheroes, which I think is fantastic.
Well, and a lot of those films nowadays, when it comes to the superheroes, and especially the Hulk, you know, a lot of it's done on computers, but when you were doing it, it was all makeup, and I assume that must have been very difficult to have, you know, that much makeup on and the contact lenses and all that.
Well, it's very hard because in my time, the makeup took like 4 hours, and the contact lens, I could only wear like 15 minutes at a time. But today, they use spray paint. But the beauty is that the fans know that the original series is still dominant force because the CGI is nothing compared to the original series, and that's why myself doing the voice makes the Hulk believable. So everybody still loves the original series. The series would be like Twilight Zone, like Star Trek, or go on forever because it never could be duplicated.
Now, you mentioned doing, you know, 40 films or whatnot after the Hulk. What are some of your favorite roles that you played over the years?
Well, I've done King of Queens for 7 years. That was the comedy that I did in a movie called I Love You, Man. And then that was the fun. And then I have Scorpion King 4 coming out in a few months. That was a great role I played. And also I did an episode online TV series Star Trek. And so I get a chance to play different characters now.
Yeah, I'm sure, as you mentioned, as a boy growing up, you probably didn't envision yourself, you know, being in all these different films, so that's awesome.
Everything I envisioned came true. It's all about being positive and taking no for an answer because my whole life people say, you can, I've done it. I changed negative to positive.
Definitely. One kind of just interesting side note, we were reading that you trained Michael Jackson at some point. Is that true?
I've done it on and off for 20 years. I was pretty close to Michael because I kept it quiet because of his popularity.
Sure.
But I loved his passion for music. He loved my passion for fitness. So we became good friends. And he used to come to my facility where I live in Santa Monica to train late. And we would burn the candles till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so definitely similar to you in that sense where, you know, if you put it in the work and envision yourself being successful, then you do, yeah.
Yeah, because he had a similar childhood, and I never met anybody like him, and he was a phenomenon.
Well, again, Lou, I know you mentioned the Scorpion King movie coming up. Is there anything else you wanted to mention or any projects?
Yeah, the Ferrigno Legacy.com, that's going to be my competition at the end of November. It's a bodybuilding classic, men's fitness and women's figure bikini championship. That I'm looking forward to because that's my next project.
Excellent. And, of course, Wizard World Comic-Con in Minneapolis, we're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, me too, because I've never done a comic convention in Minneapolis. I think it's going to be a big show because it's great for the fans for the first time. They can get a chance to see celebrities and get autographed pictures, and I think it's going to be a hell of an event. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Again, thanks a lot, Lou. It's been great having you on.
Sure. Come by and say hi.
Oh, we'll definitely do that. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Lou.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.